Family, Jim Jones recently went on to the Breakfast Club, gave a dope interview. Of course, he had an album come out last Friday. What was it? On the Church Steps, if I'm not mistaken. I actually did listen to the album. I enjoyed the album. It's Jim Jones. He does have some songs on there that I would never play again. He tried to do a drill type thing. I wasn't really rolling with that, but nevertheless, Jim Jones is rapping great. Give it up for him. All right. Okay. So Jim went on to the Breakfast Club and he was kind of bragging on himself, saying, "What rapper you know in my age bracket in New York rapping like this?" Let's get into it. All right. Let's check it out.
The record
Sounds like he want to do one with 50 Cent. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like Jim.
Nah, I don't want to do nothing with that sucker. You heard? Leave him out of the conversation.
you
Don't
did that
start.
on purpose.
No, I
He
didn't.
did. Don't
No,
start.
because he said a rapper. He said New York, and that's the only one that has a
I
catalog.
low-key was thinking it, I just didn't want to say it.
Now, I will somewhat agree. DJ Envy, he can get kind of messy sometimes, and I love it. I'm going to be honest. I love it. But, nigga, you are a New York native. You know the history between Jim Jones and 50 Cent. At this point, family, can anybody even tell me how the beef initially started? Because they've been beefing so long. Is it really just off of the Dipset verse 50 Cent era? Because now we see 50 and Cameron doing pods together, kicking it, laughing. You know, they've buried the hatchet. Is Jim Jones still holding on to that hatchet, though? Is that what's going on? Anyway, nevertheless, we had 50 Cent respond to Jim Jones saying his name. He says, "Delusional Jomo only got one song, Ballin', written by Max B."
What?
Max B wrote Ballin'? Better shut up before I have True Life chasing your ass around the city again. Oh, effing punk. And then he tags his brands. Now, in this case, 50 Cent, he somewhat gets a pass because he didn't bring this beef to the front, though. This beef was brought to him. He really should have went at DJ Envy a little bit like, "Yo, Envy." But Envy is also a guy, he needs to do the Breakfast Club. He's not going to falter with that relationship, right? So, Jim Jones, who is you? Today, I don't need you. Boom. We get another shot back and forth with these two. Versus, though, between Jim Jones and 50 Cent. 50 wins this versus, but it's not the type of win most people may think. Jim Jones got some shit, especially if look, versus at one time we thought was about the bigger hit records, but look at a versus like Jeezy versus Gucci. It wasn't these #1 hits that were winning rounds. It was songs that meant something to the culture. And Jim Jones got a lot of those. So, although 50 Cent's catalog will trump Jim Jones's, it still won't be a wash. All right? It will not be a wash. I will never say Jim Jones is getting washed by 50 Cent. I won't. Okay? But 50 Cent had more shots to throw.